Every great legend begins with a quest. Some heroes seek treasure, some seek glory. We sought a place to put all the rum, and our quest took 30 days to transform an ordinary spare bedroom into a home tiki bar called the Lush Leopard Lounge. Behold, the spare bedroom. A nice enough room, but it seemed to be whispering, "Please make me exciting." And so we did. Step 1, demolition. We had to pull out the baseboards and trim first. Then we ripped up the carpet, padding, and tack strips. After that, it was time to rip out the built-in desk. We also moved some electrical outlets and switches around since we needed to do that before starting on the wall covering.
Step 2. La Hala, a durable matting hand-woven from the dried leaves of the hala tree. Nothing says we're doing something questionable like stapling woven leaves to your walls at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. But suddenly the room felt warmer, more tropical, slightly more flammable. But seriously, before we even began putting up the matting, we coated it with flame retardant. We ordered ours from Home Depot and used the type designed for hay, straw, and thatch. The cost was about $34 per gallon. While spraying on the flame retardant is quick, we found it was best to wipe the surface afterward with a cloth to prevent spotting from droplets that form on the surface of the matting while drying. Although the La Hala matting we ordered was in 4-foot by 8-foot rolls, since it's a hand-woven natural product, it is never exactly straight, so you will need to adjust it some to get it to cover the walls without leaving any big gaps. Any small gaps can be covered with wood trim or bamboo slats. Also, whenever you cut the matting to size, it is best to put duct tape or some other wide tape on the back where you intend to cut to help hold the weave together. You can cut the matting with scissors, but we found tin snips worked best for this. While some people do use adhesive to put up the matting, we used only staples, which you don't really see if you staple mainly along the edges that will be covered by trim. You will need to staple some in the middle, but those are hidden if you do it along the weave lines of the mat.
Step 3. Then came the ceiling. Read fencing. Because if you're not turning your ceiling into a fire marshal's recurring nightmare, or you even building a tiki bar. Again, before putting it up, we sprayed it with fire retardant. The fencing was attached to the ceiling by stapling along the wire or strings that hold the fencing together. As an alternative, you can also use 4-foot by 8-foot reed wall and ceiling panels. This might be easier to install, but will also be more expensive.
Step 4 was Tambour bamboo paneling behind the bar and on the back of the entrance door. Tambour paneling consists of slender bamboo strips attached to a fabric backing. You can get it in several colors. We chose natural tan with burnt dark nodes. We used both adhesive and staples to put this up. Again, we used tin snips for cutting, but you could also cut it by leaving it rolled up, putting tape around where you will cut, and then using a table saw. If you need to cut in the other direction, parallel to the bamboo strips, just cut between the strips with scissors or a box cutter. We also used bamboo blinds to cover the windows in existing plantation shutters, which helped the room feel less like a spare bedroom and more like a secret tropical escape. It was a simple way to hide the original window treatments without removing them. Because sometimes the best design decision is just making the old stuff disappear behind bamboo.
Now with the walls and ceiling complete, we're ready to put in the flooring. Because spilled rum is not a possibility, it is a certainty. We purchased some waterproof laminate wood plank flooring that was on sale for less than $30 per box at Costco. Since the flooring already had padding attached to the back, we didn't need to buy any padding. However, since we were installing over concrete, we had to put down a vapor barrier first. Make sure you have a tapping block, hammer, and pull bar if you're going to install tongue-and-groove flooring like this. We decided to make our own wood trim. This was the most time-consuming part of the build, the point where time ceased to have meaning and the router became a permanent member of the household. We used the cheapest 4x1 boards we could find. Then we drew out a simple triangle-style design on the boards and used a hand router to cut it out. We decided that we wanted a lighter color trim than you see in most tiki bars, so we only did a little burning of the boards with a torch, followed by wire brushing to remove the char. Again, because we wanted a lighter color, we did not stain the boards and instead just applied 2 coats of polyurethane. We use the same type of boards for the baseboard, crown molding, and trim between the Valhalla panels to cover the gaps. In a few locations that had small gaps, we used bamboo slats or leftover bamboo just to add more textures. Where we ripped out the built-in desk, we decided to make a little corner for an animatronic singing tiki totem we previously purchased. Janine suggested a thatch roof covering, which I built using a 1x6 and some other leftover wood that I burned before attaching synthetic thatch. This turned out to be a great idea, and we really think it adds a lot to the decor. With all the walls, ceiling, and trim work nearly complete, we set about making a bar. We hadn't been able to find a pre-built bar we liked and wanted to save some time, so we decided to purchase a low-cost bar from Wayfair. Immediately did what any responsible people would do. Covered it in bamboo and prepared to encase the top in epoxy. After building it, the first thing we did was attach bamboo fencing to the front and sides. This was easy to do just by pre-drilling holes and screwing it into the bar. We even had some leftover bamboo from this that we were able to use for some trim work. Next, we added bamboo slats around the edge of the bar top. We made sure we had the bamboo extend about 1/4 inch above the bar top, since we were going to do an epoxy resin pour to cover the top. We also sealed any gaps around the top with a clear silicone caulk to prevent the resin from leaking through. Fortunately, Janine decided it would be a good idea to put cardboard down in case there were any leaks, which there definitely were. We decided to decorate the bar top with coasters, swizzles, postcards, and matchbooks like a scrapbook of questionable decisions. We coated these with some spray lacquer to make them less porous to prevent bubbles in the epoxy resin during the pour. Then came the epoxy pour, equal parts science experiment, panic management, and glossy magic trick. We mixed the 2 parts of the resin and then began our pour. We used a heat gun and a torch to help release any bubbles in the resin. It took about an hour for all of the bubbles to release and the resin to begin hardening. A few hours later, we had a nice clean bar top that was ready for service.
We also hadn't found any bar stools we really liked, but we happened to stop into an at-home store to look around. They had some backless bar stools on clearance that matched the bamboo trim color and were only $11.24 a piece. The kind of deal that makes you briefly believe Destiny has opinions about seating. We couldn't turn down this deal. For the back bar, we were able to get a wine console off Facebook Marketplace for only $50. We'll probably change it up some with different door handles in the future. We also picked up a bamboo trunk off Facebook Marketplace, added a glass top, and bought some chairs and lanterns from a few other local stores. At this stage, we entered the highly scientific phase of the build known as put a lantern there and see if it feels mysterious. We had 2 tiki lanterns that we previously purchased at Tiki A Go-Go that really helped round out the space. Behind the bar, we hung our glowing-eyed Māori Tiki mug shelf as a centerpiece. This was something we purchased back in 2024 and had in another room in the house to display some of our tiki mugs. We also built floating shelves from a 2x8 and some wooden dowels which we used for displaying tiki mugs and liquor.
A few LED light strips were used to light the front of the bar and bar area, along with some of the tiki mug shelves, because nothing says secret tropical hideaway like carefully placed adhesive lighting. We also used a rechargeable spotlight to light a mask and added a string of fishing float lights we purchased from Target a few years ago. A lamp used on the bamboo trunk was also given to us as a gift. The ceiling fan in the room was something we switched out from another room since it is a 2-bladed airplane propeller that matches some of the lounge's backstory. Finally, we incorporated our large leopard painting by the artist Luis Sotil as a centerpiece of the whole bar.
And just like that, the spare bedroom was gone. In its place stood the Lush Leopard Lounge, a rum-soaked sanctuary where the drinks are strong, the lighting is flattering, and the leopards are always watching.
So what did it cost to transform this 210 square foot bedroom into our own tiki hideaway? Less than a used car, but way more than a typical night out at one of our local tiki bars. It wasn't cheap, although we did do a lot to try to keep the cost down. One of the biggest expenses was the Valhalla matting on the walls, which was about $68.50 per roll times 9 rolls, equaling $616.50 total. Another big ticket item was the flooring, which was just over $320. The bar purchase from Wayfair was about $327. Totaling up the entire build cost, it comes to just under $2,800. If you add in other miscellaneous items we purchased that weren't exclusively part of the build, like the ice machine, table saw, portable work table, and torch, then the build cost would be just over $3,300. Adding in other decor items totaling just under $1,400, such as lanterns, tiki masks, bar stools, pufferfish, and chairs, then the all-in grand total was just over $4,700. Note that this cost doesn't include some items we already own, such as the Leopard painting, Animatronic Totem, Māori Tiki mug shelf, and all our tiki mugs.
So in just under 30 days and with less than $5,000, we went from a perfectly ordinary spare bedroom to a full-blown tiki hideaway. Proof that with enough bamboo, lighting, and questionable confidence, almost anything can become a lounge.
Welcome to the Lush Leopard Lounge, where the lights glow low, the mugs stare back, and every corner has just enough mystery to make you wonder if you should order another drink. Enter if you dare, stay if you're fun, leave only if you must.
If you have questions about the build, materials, costs, or any of the how did you even attach that moments, ask in the comments. We'll also share purchase info and extra details there. Until next time, may your drinks be strong, your lighting be flattering, and your decorating decisions be only mildly unreasonable. If you enjoyed the transformation, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.